It's August 22nd, 2020. The WBC interim champion, Dillian Whyte, is ahead on all cards after knocking down the number 6 ranked heavyweight of the world, Alexander Povetkin, twice. But just 30 seconds into round 5, a sensational uppercut KO. The boxing world is shocked. Povetkin walks off casually as if it was expected, as if he knew a secret. The replay exposes the secret immediately as it reveals Dillian Whyte's right elbow tucking in, guessing incorrectly in preparation for a hook to the body. Whyte's exposed chin pays the price. Expensive. What was seen as a wild haymaker flash KO just moments ago is now rightfully identified as a well-calculated piece of work crafted by a firm grasp of the sweet science. Povetkin has been setting it up for 4 rounds with a 2-punch combination, the last punch being that of a left hook to the body. As expected, in the aftermath, Whyte fans, critics, and Wilder fans rushed to social media. Fans of Whyte says Whyte got caught. Critics say Whyte has been KO'd by an old man. And the Wilder fans say, now give Wilder his credit for KO'ing Luis Ortiz.
Let's see that in an instant replay.
What? KO'ing Luis Ortiz? That has nothing to do with Povetkin, or does it?
Hi, this is Joe Cortez. You're watching ShowBizz, The Adult.
Oh, this is Bernard Hopkins, ShowBizz, The Adult. I'm out.
Oops! Up off net? Up off net! What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz, The Adult. Alright, man, look. So, Dillian the Body Snatcher Whyte has been KO'd by a 40-year-old Alexander Povetkin. Wait, those wins of Wilder over the old man Luis Ortiz doesn't look that bad now, does it? Does it? Oops! Amen, Lord! Are the Wilder fans right? Should Luis Ortiz be mentioned when assessing the credibility of Povetkin and the magnitude of his KO victory over Whyte? First, we'll discuss why Luis Ortiz has been mentioned in the aftermath of this KO. Then, we'll compare Povetkin to Ortiz as heavyweight fighters. Then lastly, we'll discuss just how much credit Wilder should be given for KO'ing Luis King Kong Ortiz. Not once, but twice. Luis Ortiz's name has been mentioned in the aftermath of the Alexander Povetkin KO victory over Dillian Whyte because of the long rivalry between Deontay Wilder and Whyte. Dillian Whyte was the #1 contender and later, the mandatory challenger for the WBC title held by Deontay Wilder. For years, Whyte called out Wilder in all media platforms, social media, TV, and radio. As Whyte called out Wilder, he defeated all challengers along the way. But reason after reason, Wilder was able to avoid Whyte. Wilder was focused on the likes of Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. He also satisfied requests from the WBC. When mandatories like Brazil was in the way, Wilder removed them. And when the opportunity finally presented itself for Whyte and Wilder, the WBC mandated other challenges for Whyte. Challenges like Oscar Rivas. Challenge
the Brixton Body Snatcher.
Satisfied. But there was one challenge that wasn't satisfied. The challenge that would immediately make Whyte versus Wilder a certainty. The challenge was Luis King Kong Ortiz. Ortiz called out Whyte in 2018. demanding that they fight on the undercard of Fury vs. Wilder 1. The WBC mandated the match for the interim title. Whyte initially accepted the challenge for December 22nd, 2018, but the fight fell through. According to Ortiz, Whyte lowballed him. According to Whyte, Ortiz was asking for an unrealistic purse. On December 22nd, 2018, Whyte washes Derek Chisora instead. At the time, Luis Ortiz's only loss came to the hands of Wilder. And in that fight, Ortiz was obviously the more skilled fighter who was within seconds of upsetting Wilder. Eventually, Ortiz did what every heavyweight does when facing Wilder. He was helplessly convinced to succumb to the power of Wilder. Luis Ortiz would eventually get a second chance at Wilder. And like the first fight, Ortiz was the more skilled fighter, winning every round. Until Bomb Squad! Though Wilder defeated Luis Ortiz in devastating fashion twice, he was criticized. Fans claiming that Ortiz was too old the first time at 38 years of age, and far too old the second time at 40 years of age. And this is where the rubber meets the road. If Ortiz was too old when facing Wilder, and if Wilder shouldn't be credited for defeating a ranked 5 and later ranked 8 heavyweight due to his age, then Whyte should be called a tomato can for being KO'd by a 40 years old ranked 6 heavyweight Povetkin, right? Well, these critics of Wilder's victory over Ortiz are saying that though Povetkin and Ortiz are the same age, Povetkin is a better fighter. Perfect segue. Let's compare Povetkin to Ortiz. First, their amateur background. Ortiz's amateur record, an outstanding one, with 349 wins and 19 losses. He won the bronze, silver, and gold medals in the Cuban National Championships from 2002 to 2008. Povetkin also had an outstanding amateur record with 125 wins and 7 losses. He never saw a bronze or silver medal, only winning gold medals in the European Championships and ultimately the gold medal in the 2004 Olympics. Side note, where was Ortiz in the 2004 Olympics? Why didn't he compete? Was he not allowed in due to falsehoods of his actual age? That's right. There are rumors that Ortiz is actually older than he claims. It is rumored this is done often in the amateurs of Cuban boxing. Now let's compare their pro records. Ortiz as a pro is 31-2 with 26 KOs, only losing to Wilder twice. His best wins are Bryant Jennings, Tony Thompson, and Malik Scott. Povetkin is 36-2-1 with 26 KOs, only losing to Joshua and Klitschko with a draw to Michael Hunter. His best wins are Chris Bird, Eddie Chambers, Hasim Rahman, Carlos Takam, and Dillian Whyte. After comparing the two, a stronger case has been made for Alexander Povetkin as the better heavyweight. So, how much credit should Wilder be given for defeating an older Luis Ortiz? And do Wilder fans have a point when using the Povetkin KO over Whyte to support the argument that not only was Luis Ortiz still dangerous, but Dillian Whyte was an overrated challenge for Wilder? Well, myself, I am no fan of the triangle theory. So to answer this, I'd rather look at Wilder versus Povetkin. Now that was a fight that could have happened. Not only once, but twice. And it was Povetkin who was at fault. That's right. Wilder agreed to fight Povetkin in 2016 in Povetkin's homeland of Russia, Moscow to be exact. Povetkin tested positive for a banned substance, so that fight was canceled. And there was a second opportunity for Wilder versus Povetkin. Povetkin just needed to fight and defeat Bermans Vern to become the mandatory, but unfortunately, Povetkin tested positive again for a banned substance. So, in my assessment, yes, Wilder should be credited for defeating Luis Ortiz twice. But if it wasn't for Povetkin's failed tests, Wilder would have possibly had victories over both Ortiz and Povetkin. The magnitude of the Dillian Whyte KO would have been more clear. Still, it's been done. Dillian Whyte KO'd. But he's looking to face Alexander Povetkin again in a rematch end of year 2020. Let's see what comes from that. And let's see how you feel in the comments below. ShowBizz the adult. I'm out. Squad!